No, this story, it really is a story of male empowerment. That's what I took from it when I saw it.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. Did you pick up anything like
That's
that?
a very good point. I think that's a really good point. I think it's come out a bit more, and our awareness of that is more this year than it was last. You know, I think everybody's awareness of who they are and their identity is becoming, much more important. Which is lovely. I think obviously it's important that we do that. I've been asked a couple of questions. Did you do it because of this, or did you? No, I did it because of my brother who directed it, and he asked me, and I wouldn't say no to Ollie. I love working with him, but it does have those connotations, and it's really important to have that. I think, and it's I've also heard comparisons with Full Monty. Brilliant film. Classic of its time. But we're not trying to compete with that. That's not our gig. I really don't think so anyway. I mean, I'll ask Ollie, but I don't think it is. And I don't think the press have ever mentioned it. It's just the papers have said it. I don't think the press office have ever said it. I think it's the press themselves have sort of perpetuated this. It's no comparison. Well, good, it isn't meant to be a comparison. Actually, we're not trying to do a Rage Against Society and poverty and Thatcherism, and which I think was brilliantly done and much needed. But this isn't like that. This is, as I think Rob says in the movie at one point, an existential rage against time. And you want to go, yeah, that's kind of what it is. They're all dissatisfied men. And again, I've read a couple of bits people saying, well, it's a rather trite idea and trite. It's a true story. What can you do? It's not as though we've made up triteness here. It's a good, true story. And I don't know if anyone's seen the documentary. Have you seen the documentary?
No.
Brilliant. And these guys who appear in the movie at the very end of it, these Swedish guys, all credit to them. They found a way of purging themselves at the time. And that's, as you say, that's very important. Male empowerment is very important.
And your character as well he's pivotal, isn't he?
Yes, and he is the one to, he sort of spurs Rob on, knocks him down to begin with, and then spurs him on just by being there. Actually, not by doing anything. In fact, one scene which nearly they cut. So what can you do? Still on the floor somewhere. But it's it's good.
Well, it's interesting because because the part that you're playing, and even though we're in a comedy,
Yeah, the part I was playing.
The part you were playing is, I saw you playing it straight, but when you're, because of the cause and effect that your character causes, I imagine then you can't really big up any kind of comedy. You need to keep that straight.
Oh, absolutely, no, completely straight. And watching it, I never like watching myself, to be honest. I'm not very good at it. But I'm doing the same sort of character right now on stage in An Ideal Husband. When I've got, he's quite a very serious guy. He's the sort of Ibsen part of an Oscar Wilde play, which is quite rare and difficult, but great fun to do. And some of my biggest laughs are at the very end, when I don't even change my facial expression from this. I just pick something up out of my pocket, and the whole house breaks down. So yeah, the more serious you are, often the better it works. I think all those other guys in it have done a lot of comedy and are very good at it. I've done a fair bit of comedy, but I'm playing the straight guy, and I love that.
And you're playing with Jane Horrocks as well. She's great.
I've always wanted to work with Jane. I met her first time about 35 years ago, and she's amazing. I think she's a terrific actress.